Donald Trump has threatened to wipe out Iran on Tuesday if it does not agree to a ceasefire. The US president said he could bomb the Islamic Republic back to the Stone Ages, destroying all of its power stations and bridges within 4 hours if no deal were in place by 1 a.m. UK time. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night, Mr. Trump told a White House press conference on Monday evening. "I hope I don't have to do it." He said any deal must be acceptable to him and must include the free movement of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. "We have a plan because of the power of our military, where every bridge in Iran will be decimated by 12 o'clock tomorrow night, where every power plant in Iran will be out of business, burning, exploding, and never to be used again," he said. "I mean, complete demolition by 12 o'clock, and it will happen over a period of 4 hours if we want it to." Negotiators, including J.D. Vance, the US Vice President, were making a final push for a ceasefire on Monday. Field Marshal Asim Munir, Pakistan's army chief, was in contact all night long with Mr. Vance, Steve Witkoff, the US Special Envoy to the Middle East, and Abbas Araghchi, the Iranian foreign minister, according to Reuters. Mr. Trump said talks were still underway on Monday and that Iran appeared to be negotiating in good faith. "We may even get involved with helping them rebuild their nation," he said, touting his previous experience as a businessman. However, Tehran rejected a deal put on the table by mediators. The plan, put forward by Pakistan, would have meant a 45-day pause on strikes in return for a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Instead, Tehran insisted on the need for a definitive end to the conflict. It outlined 10 clauses to end the war, including an end to conflicts in the region, a protocol for safe passage through the strait, reconstruction, and the lifting of sanctions, according to state media. Mr. Trump said Iran's reply was significant but not good enough. Mr. Trump has been frustrated that Tehran has managed to close the strait despite the US's significant military victories, choking off the vital shipping route for oil and gas flows and driving up prices around the world. "We have to have a deal that's acceptable to me, and part of that deal is going to be free traffic of oil and everything," he said. On Monday night, he floated the idea that the US would charge tolls for ships heading through the sea passage. "We have a concept where we'll charge tolls," he told reporters. "Why shouldn't we? We're the winner. We won, okay? They are militarily defeated." Critics have suggested the president would be guilty of war crimes if he began launching strikes against civilian infrastructure. However, he repeatedly claimed that the Iranian people wanted their regime to be destroyed by the US for the sake of freedom, and that they were upset when they did not hear the sound of bombing. At his press conference on Monday, Mr. Trump revealed details of the operation to rescue a US airman who had ejected over Iran when his F-15 fighter jet was shot down by Iranian fire. The aviator scaled cliff faces, bleeding rather profusely, treated his own wounds, and contacted American forces to transmit his location, the president said. US forces used subterfuge in the operation to make Iranians searching for him think he was in a different location, he added. "I ordered the US Armed Forces to do whatever was necessary to bring our brave warriors back home. A risky decision because we could have ended up with 100 dead as opposed to 1 or 2, Mr. Trump said, describing how US aircraft flew so close to the ground that they were hit by rifle fire. "But in the United States military, we leave no American behind." Mr. Trump said the US government was searching for a person who leaked information about the mission to the media, whom he called a sick individual who had endangered the life of the airman. He vowed to imprison the journalist who spoke to the leaker if they did not reveal the individual's identity. Earlier on Monday, Mr. Trump compared Sir Keir Starmer to Neville Chamberlain in his latest broadside against the Prime Minister. The relationship between the pair has soured since the start of the war, when Sir Keir initially refused to let the US use the Diego Garcia military base in the Chagos Islands to strike Iran. On Monday night, it was reported that Sir Keir would refuse to allow Mr. Trump to use RAF bases to strike bridges and power plants. The Prime Minister has said the US must only be allowed to use the bases to strike sites such as missile silos or storage depots that could be used to threaten British interests or its allies in the Gulf. Targeting bridges does not fall under this definition, and any request by Washington to use bases for this purpose would be denied, according to the IRI newspaper. Mr. Trump has previously complained the Prime Minister was not Winston Churchill. The president also mocked the Royal Navy, claiming he had spurned Britain's offer to provide 2 old broken aircraft carriers to support the US in the Middle East, and said the UK had a long way to go. Trump threatens to jail journalists who published leaked details of Iran rescue mission. Donald Trump has threatened to jail a reporter who published leaked information that a US pilot shot down over Iran had been rescued and that a second airman was missing. The US president said that his administration was looking very hard to find whoever told the reporter, but if the journalist did not reveal their source, they would be sent to prison. Iran didn't know somebody was missing until a leaker gave the information, the US president said at a press conference. We have to find that leaker because that's a sick person. It's national security, and the person that did the story will go to jail if he doesn't say they put this mission at great risk. We are going to go to the media company that published it, and we are going to say national security, give it up or go to jail. Mr. Trump did not specify which outlet he was referring to, but it is believed that CBS first broke the news just after midnight on Friday. The South Pars natural gas complex is an energy lifeline for Iran. For the second time, Israel has attacked Iran's South Pars natural gas and its associated petrochemical complex, an energy lifeline for Iran that both helps keep the lights on for civilians and provides a key source of export earnings. Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz said Monday that Israel attacked a key petrochemical plant at Asaluya, the onshore industrial aspect of the gas field which lies under the Persian Gulf. Katz said the powerful strike hit what he called the largest petrochemical facility in Iran, responsible for about 50% of the country's petrochemical production. Combined with an earlier attack, 2 facilities responsible for 85% of Iran's petrochemical exports have been taken out of service, he said. Attacks on South Pars are sufficiently provocative to Iran that an earlier Israeli attack on March 18th prompted Iran to target energy infrastructure in other Middle East countries in response, an escalation of the war that sent new shockwaves across the region and beyond. After the March attack, US President Donald Trump said that Israel would not attack South Pars again, but warned on social media that if Iran continued attacking key energy infrastructure in Qatar, the United States would retaliate and massively blow up the entirety of the field. Here are things to know about the South Pars natural gas field and its associated industries making chemicals using gas as a raw material. Israeli airstrike kills at least 10 near Gaza school as ceasefire strains. An Israeli airstrike killed at least 10 people and wounded several others outside a school housing displaced Palestinians on Monday, health officials said, the latest violence to overshadow the fragile US-backed Gaza ceasefire deal. Before the strikes, some Palestinians had clashed with members of an Israeli-backed militia, who they said attacked the school in an attempt to abduct some people, medics and residents said. In the midst of the clashes, east of the Maghazi refugee camp in the central Gaza Strip, Israeli drones fired 2 missiles into the area, killing at least 10 people and wounding several others. They added, it was not immediately clear how many civilians had been killed in the strikes, which hit in a closely packed neighborhood of mostly displaced Palestinians. Ahmed al-Maghazi, an eyewitness, said their area was attacked by members of the Israeli-backed militia who operate in the territory adjacent to where the Israeli forces are in control before the militia opened fire. The residents tried to defend their homes, but the occupation forces targeted them directly, he told Reuters. Later on Monday, a leader of one of the Israeli-backed militias said in a video which Reuters couldn't immediately authenticate that they killed some 5 Hamas members. There was no immediate comment from Hamas, which brands those groups that operate in areas under Israeli control as Israeli collaborators. Earlier on Monday, an Israeli airstrike killed 1 Palestinian and wounded a child as they traveled on a motorbike in Gaza City, medics said. Medics said that Israeli forces killed another Palestinian when they opened fire on a vehicle in central Gaza, taking Monday's death toll to at least 12. The Israeli military said they fired at the unmarked vehicle, which continued to accelerate toward troops despite warning shots.